In this video, we are going to learn order of operations, and we're going to do order of operations without exponents specifically in this video, but we will talk about that it's part of order of operations. We just won't be performing the exponents part, okay? So order of operations is exactly what it is, because our operations are multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. Those are our operations, and we have to do these in a specific order. We can't just go all willy-nilly and do what we want. We have to perform them in a certain order, and that order is PEMDAS. So I'm going to do it down here. Okay, so we have PEMDAS. Okay, the first one we're going to do is parentheses. So if we see parentheses, we have to do that first. Okay. Then after we do parentheses, we are going to do exponents, which we won't do exponents today. We'll just skip over that, but that would come next. And then we have multiplication and division. Then we have addition and subtraction. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a box around multiplication and division, and I'm going to put a box around addition and subtraction. So why did I put a box around multiplication and division? So normally we would do, multiplication and division, but there is a case where we would perform these from left to right. So they happen at the same time, okay? But whatever one is coming on the left, we do first. So we perform that from left to right. And for addition and subtraction, we do that from left to right as well. And we'll talk about that when we come to a specific example. Okay? So what I'm going to do is we have a bunch of questions here on this document, but I am going to just handpick a few of them. So let's do, we'll start with an easy one. Let's do number 2 first. Okay? I see two operations. I see subtraction and I see multiplication. Okay, so which one comes first in our order of operations? So here's subtraction. Here, I'll actually write it over here. I'll write a new PEMDAS. PEMDAS. So we don't have parentheses, we don't have exponents. We have multiplication and we have subtraction. So which one comes first? The first one is multiplication. So that's what we're going to perform first. We're going to do 4 times 7, which is 28. Okay? After we do that operation, we need to bring everything else down. We need to bring down 29, and we need to bring down the subtraction. And 29 minus 28 is 1. So we should end up with one number as our answer. We don't have any equal signs. We're just carrying everything down. Okay? In the next question, we're going to do 14. So 14, and I'm going to write a new PEMDAS. And this is so that we can get... use it as kind of like a checklist. So P comes first, and I see parentheses. So what we are going to do is we're going to do the parentheses first. So we are going to do 7 plus 5. And 7 plus 5 is 12. Okay? So once I write that down, I want to bring everything else down. We need to bring 14 down. We need to bring the subtraction down. We need to bring the division down. And we need to bring the 2 down. Okay? Now we're kind of at a question just like from example 2. We have subtraction left and we have division left. Or we can use our checklist. So we use parentheses. We don't have exponents. Multiplication and division, we have division. So let's do that now. 12 divided by 2 is 6. We're going to bring down our 14. We're going to bring down our subtraction. And our last one, so if we're using our checklist, we didn't have multiplication, we had division. We are at addition, we don't have addition, and subtraction we have, so 14 minus 6 is 8. Okay? So it's really important that you do this step by step. You follow your order. Make sure you're looking at it as a checklist. When you do that step, you bring everything else down. Let's do, let's go to 14, and then we'll do 13. Okay, this one's money. That's okay. Because we can add money together. If I add a certain amount of dollars with a certain amount of dollars, I still have dollars, so that's okay. So I'm going to I'm going to start with our order of operations. I'm going to write them down, PEMDAS. And I'm going to start with parentheses, $28 and $32. And I'm going to use my mental math because 28 plus that $2 and the 32 is 30. And then 30 plus 30 is 60. So I have $60. Okay? And I'm going to still put it in parentheses because this 3 is still right outside the parentheses. Minus $10. I'm going to bring down. Okay? So parentheses is done. Exponents we don't have. When we have a number outside of parentheses, it means multiplication. So you can have a multiplication sign for multiplication. You can have a dot for multiplication. You can also have parentheses that represents multiplication. So it's really saying 3 times $60. So if I multiply $60 by 3, I will still have dollars. Okay, so the dollars is still going to be there. So I'm on multiplication, and I also see subtraction, but I know subtraction is not going to happen next. So what I'm going to do next is multiplication and division, and I see multiplication. So 3 times 60, or I'm going to do 3 times 6, which is 18, and add that 0 there. Dollars minus $10. And my last one is subtraction. 180 minus 10 is 170. And I like to highlight my answers too with my highlighter. Okay. Let's do, I said 13. Okay, so let's write our PEMDAS down. PEMDAS. So parentheses, I don't see parentheses, so I'm going to cross it out. Exponents, I don't see exponents, so I'm going to cross it out. Multiplication and division, remember, they happen at the same time. They happen from left to right. So although multiplication comes first, it doesn't necessarily have to happen first. But in this case, it actually happens from the left. It happens there. So it actually does happen first for this question. And actually, we can do the division at the same time because it doesn't include any of the numbers that are being used for the multiplication. So we can do them at the same time. $35 times 2. If I multiply $35 times 2, I get $70. And if I multiply if I divide $42 by 2, I get $21. And don't forget, our sign is still here. We have to bring it down. So we are adding those two things together. So $70 plus $21 is $91.